Hey guys, it's Bree. Welcome back to #BSB. Before I jump into this video, give it a thumbs up because you know you're gonna like it, and subscribe to my channel. And also follow me on Instagram and TikTok @SincerelyRare. Now, I know it's been a minute since I last released a video. You know it's been a minute since I last released a video. It's been exactly 10 months. And around that time, I was either just starting my internship or was gearing up to start my internship. But I probably made some false promises about releasing more videos, and then my internship started internshipping and life started lifing, and then before I knew it, I was starting my second and final year of business school. And now that I've blinked a few times, I'm a week away from graduation. So here we are, about to have a full circle moment. For those who have been with me since 2017, you've seen me struggle through the admissions journey for 5 or so years. For those of you who are new, welcome. I'm about to graduate. Make sure y'all check out my old videos so you can catch up on my journey. But yeah, it's been a wild ride, and now we are a week away from my graduation. And I just wanted to take some time to, reflect on my admissions journey, reflect on my time here at business school. So let's jump right in. All right, a week away from graduation, and it feels so good to finally be here. To finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. For those of you who are going through the admissions journey right now, those of you who are going through business school right now, I promise you there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and when you see it, you are going to be overjoyed, because you deserve to feel overjoyed, because I know that y'all are putting in so much work to get into the schools of your dream, to get in school in general, to even sit down and figure out what your dreams and what your goals are. I know firsthand all that it takes to go into this process. For some of you, it takes longer than others. I'm one of those people that it was a long journey for, and I don't regret going through the journey at all. If you've been following me since the very beginning, you know it took me 5 years to get into business school. I finally decided that I wanted to start applying for real, in 2016, 2017, and it's been pedal to the metal since then. And now that I am about to graduate, it's just wow. Just seeing how business school has been unfolding, all the opportunities that I've gotten, all the cool people that I've met, this journey was worth the ride. And if you are second guessing yourself, if you're doubting yourself or whether or not this is what you want to do, of course sit down with yourself and have that talk. But know that it's 1000% worth it. The person that I've become because of my journey, I probably wouldn't have seen that person for many more years if I had not gone through this journey. So just know that outside of the job offer, the school name, all that, there's a personal development aspect to this, and you'll be so grateful for that once the journey is over. A couple weeks ago, I recorded a reflection video for my consortium recognition ceremony that's happening next week, and I got a little emotional. Just thinking about my journey, sitting down and actually forcing myself to reflect, because once you get in business school, it's pedal to the metal, and unless you intentionally sit down and reflect, you won't do it. So for me, recording this reflection video forced me to do that, or gave me the opportunity to do that, because language matters. And I was filled with so many emotions, so much pride, so much joy, so much anxiety as well, because about to, jump back into the real world and be an adult again. But joy and pride definitely stood out the most. Got emotional to the sense where, shed a few tears because I worked so hard for this. I worked so hard for this. And honestly, I couldn't have done it without all of you all, my faithful subscribers who, shared your journey with me, shared your accolades with me. Like, seeing y'all excel, whether it's because of you, like, tapping into my videos or resources that I've shared, it makes me so happy. Because my goal in starting this video was to help, was to be a resource to anyone who was going through this journey and did not have any people who had MBAs and have access to prep programs, couldn't get into prep programs, didn't know where to start when it came to studying, was struggling with studying, so that you know how real and raw this process is. I wanted to share that authentically so that it could help people. And y'all kept me going with your messages, with your accolades, with your comments, questions, everything. To my family, of course, they stayed by my side and kept supporting me throughout this whole thing. Friends, people that I met along the way, whether it's through prep programs or different recruiting events, or not recruiting, admissions events. My classmates who I've built bonds with over the past 2 years. Like, it really took a village to, like, get me to this point. And I'm just thankful for any and everyone that I cross paths with, because without you all holding me up, keeping me focused and keeping me driven, I wouldn't have made it. Like, legit, my degree is for all of us. Like, I mean that with everything in me. So now to, like, switch gears after I've done all these thank yous, things that I'm proud of during my MBA experience, there's quite a few. One, just picking up and leaving the East Coast. Some people that I know don't even leave their hometown, but I left my hometown, I left my home state, I left my home coast, and ventured out to the middle of nowhere in the Midwest and thrived. I mean, there were some moments where I wasn't thriving, but the opportunities that I've gotten and the achievements that, have come my way, I'd say I thrived. So yeah, there's leaving the East Coast, being away from my family and friends. There were moments where I was homesick, but tapping into the community out here kept me level-headed. Surviving a tough core team. So if you've watched, like, my previous videos at Kelly, we're divided into cohorts, and then within the cohorts there are a number of core teams, and within those core teams there are about 5 or 6 people who go through core, or like that first semester together. So surviving a tough core team is definitely no joke. My core team was doomed from the beginning, but survived that and was able to stay sane somehow, thank God, somehow throughout that entire experience. Stepping out of my comfort zone and signing up for multiple leadership positions. I was the first year liaison of the Kelly Black MBA Association, then moved up to president of the Kelly Black MBA Association, signed up to be a Kelly Diversity Champion, signed up to be a Who's Your Host, was an MLT liaison. There's a lot of diversity work that I stepped up and owned while being here. So definitely pat myself on the back for that, because Briana would literally just sit back and let everybody else do the work. In fact, when I was looking at schools, I purposely prioritized schools that had more diverse communities with the intention of not doing the work. And God said, no, I'm going to put you in a smaller community that's not that diverse, and I'm going to give you the opportunity. I'm not gonna say force this time, give you the opportunity to put in work. So there's that. Securing my Microsoft internship and then securing that full-time offer. Shameless plug, I am going to Microsoft full-time after business school. What else can I say? Also ended up receiving the MBA Diversity Leadership Award. That was a huge honor, and just let me know that like the work that I'm putting in does not go unnoticed by the faculty, peers, staff, everyone. So that was a huge honor. I also got to meet the donor of that award, and she is hilarious. She's an older woman, she's 90 years old, but she is hip and she is funny, and she's also a sweetheart. So I really enjoyed meeting with her a few weeks ago. What else have I done? I feel like that's about it. Oh, I also launched a startup venture called Well and Hued that I started working on like winter break of my first year, and then have been slowly working on it since then. I recently actually announced that this is the passion project that I'm working on at the start of the month, April, at the start of the month, and it's been getting, I've been making even more traction, just like putting it out in the world and actually sharing it, because so many people want to connect with me, so many people want to help and be involved in any way possible. So super thankful for you all for supporting my venture. Landing page coming soon. But yeah, make sure you follow the Instagram Well and Hued. I will link it in the description below. What else have I done? Oh, in addition to actually announcing Well and Hued, I also participated in an idea competition that happens at Kelly called Clap. Made it to the pitching round. Unfortunately didn't move to the final round with actual presentations, but even just me stepping out of my comfort zone and actually pitching this to some ice cold investors was a huge step for me. So very proud of myself for doing that. Now to switch gears and talk about things that I would have done differently. In terms of leadership, I would not have changed that. Any opportunities that I've gotten would not have changed that. I think one, and I wouldn't even call it a regret, but sort of kind of a regret, is not taking the time up front to get to know my classmates better. I think in the beginning of this, well, it actually starts further back than that. If you're new here, then I'll just quickly update you. I applied to a shit ton of schools, did not really want to come to Kelly, and ended up that being one of 3 options, but one of 2.5. And it took me a minute to actually accept that I was coming to Kelly. So I wish I had accepted that fact that I was actually coming to Kelly sooner than dragging my feet and waiting for other opportunities to appear, and just signed a lease at or done apartment hunting, done real apartment hunting. I wish I had done that, so that maybe I would have gotten an earlier move-in date, because the move-in date at my current building, 9 North, it lined up right before orientation, which meant that I wasn't moving to Bloomington until immediately before, till the weekend before orientation, which also meant that I wasn't in Bloomington early enough to start connecting with classmates. Because of that, because of moving right before orientation, the minute I got here, it was pedal to the metal, the entire first semester. So imagine you're moving, you're settling into your apartment in 3 days, then you're starting orientation that lasts about a week, then you're starting classes, then you're doing this and doing this and doing this, just nonstop things back to back to back. And I didn't give myself enough time to adjust. Had I done that, maybe I would have taken the time to, form those early bonds with my classmates, just get out, be on the town, and hang with them. But instead, I was just dealing with so many transitions at once, and for me, it takes that. Now that I know what this is like, I know that it takes me a minute to adjust to new situations, and I need to give myself that time up front so that I can be more comfortable and then eventually be more social. So I'd say like moving out here late, definitely something that I regret. In terms of like building those bonds with my classmates, I wish I had done more of that. I wish I had not let the relationship that I was in at the time get in the way of that, because there were many times where I was out with classmates and I'd be the first one to leave because, you know, I gotta hop on FaceTime and like talk to my significant other. I wish I had put in place better boundaries and better expectations of what my time outside of class looked like, so I could have better navigated and better balanced upholding a relationship and building bonds with classmates. Another thing I wish I would have changed, honestly, it's just boundaries in general. Like, just boundaries in general. I think I didn't learn how to input boundaries and enforce boundaries until second year. And by then I was already burnt out and exhausted, so there's that. So yeah, those are like the 3 biggest regrets that I have about my MBA experience. I wish I had moved here earlier, started enforcing boundaries sooner, setting more clear boundaries, and then building those bonds with my classmates earlier. Now, not to say I don't have friends. I do have friends. I have a core set of people that I really, really, really fuck with. Excuse my French. But yeah, I think like this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity, so I want to make the most of it and get to know as many people as possible, because these people are my network and could possibly like get me an investor or my next job. So I mean, I'm sure I'll be fine because I firmly believe that everything works out the way it's supposed to. But yeah, that's just something that I'm thinking about. But yeah, I mean, at this point I've been talking for 20 minutes. I know that this video won't be 20 minutes long, but just to, you know, bring things home and wrap it up, I am so excited to be graduating in a week. So much has come out of this journey. I am a better person because of this journey. I have accomplished so much and have been granted so many great opportunities, and I did it. Like, I'm finally about to graduate. Like, I wish I could scream right now. I wish I could scream right now, but I can't because it's pretty early, and I'm sure my neighbors will come knocking down my door like, what the fuck is going on over here? But yeah, thank y'all for, you know, tuning in, for riding with me for this super long journey. I know some of you have gotten so much out of my channel. I hope for the rest of you who may not have shared any accolades with me or just been watching on the sidelines that y'all have picked up a few things throughout my journey. As always, if you have any questions about anything I've shared in this video, anything about your own personal admissions journey, your own business school journey, definitely let me know. You can either email me, DM me on Instagram, drop it in the comments if you feel that other people could benefit from the answer. I'm always here as a resource, even though I'm about to be done with my MBA. You know, I'm always down to connect. So keep in touch, y'all.